Hello and welcome to today's lesson. We are going to learn about the parts of speech. Let's start today's lesson with a question. How many parts of speech are there? Have a wild guess. 4, 8, or 12? If you've guessed 8, then you're right. We have 8 parts of speech in the English language. That is the noun, pronoun, verb, adjective, adverb, preposition, conjunction, and interjection. Now, understanding the parts of speech is very important because they help us form meaningful sentences with good grammar. This brings us to our learning outcomes. We're only going to learn about 4 main parts of speech today, and we're going to better detect grammatical problems in sentences. The first part of speech we're going to learn about is the noun. Nouns are names of people, places, events, and things. People can be any name you can think of. My name, your name, Ali, Huda, that is a noun. Events such as Christmas. Can you think of another event? Well done. Moving on to places. Places can be our home, a garden, and any country on the globe, such as Greece, Italy, Bahrain. Things can be many things, such as a mug, a rabbit, and a cool cactus. Here's a trick question. Is gaming a noun? Yes or no? Gaming is a noun. It is disguised as a verb because of the ing. Now, gaming is a thing we do, right? It's a thing we enjoy. Any nouns with ing, they are called gerunds, and we're going to learn about that in the future. The second thing we're going to learn about is verbs. Verbs show action or state of being. So, here's an example. The action here is he reads a lot. Read is the verb, it's the action. The state of being is that he is my son. True or false? Every sentence must have a verb. You're right. True, every sentence must have a verb in order to be meaningful. The third thing we're going to learn about are adjectives. Adjectives describe noun. They either come before or after the noun. Adjectives can be colors, such as the blue socks, the red rose. Blue and red are adjectives. Appearances, such as the ugly duckling, the scary witch, the beautiful girl. Any adjective you can think of that show appearance. They can also show sizes, such as the small ant, the huge house. How would you describe yourself in 3 words? Let's give you roughly 1 minute to think of 3 words to describe yourself. Well done. Any word you would have thought of it's an adjective because it describes you and you are a noun. Cool? The last thing we're going to learn about are the adverbs. In the same way that adjectives describe nouns, adverbs describe verbs. They tell us how the action was done. For example, she walked slowly. If you ask the question, how did she walk? Or how does she walk? She walks slowly. So, slowly explains how she walks or describes the way she walks. Same way, how does the taxi drive? The taxi drives carefully. Carefully describes the way that the taxi drives his car. Usually, adverbs would end with an ly, so they're easy to detect, but not always. So you have to be careful of what describes the verb and what describes the noun. Now that we've reached the end of our lesson, we're going to do a quick language feedback. The video is gonna pause, and I want you to think of what part of speech is missing and what suitable word you would put to fill in the gap. Go. Excellent work, guys. Let's do this together now. I drive a black. You would know that the missing word has to be a noun, a black something. The weather is, something is describing the weather. Think of the weather. What is it? It's a noun. So we would need an adjective to fill in the gap. I bananas every morning. You know that you need an action to describe what you've done, what you're doing every morning. So you need a verb. I entered the house. In what way? How did you enter the house? You need an adverb. These are the sorry. These are the words I chose. I drive a black car. The weather is cold. I am freezing. I eat bananas every morning. I entered the house quietly. If you use different words, they're correct as long as you use them as the correct parts of speech. If you used an adverb in the last one, then it's correct. And as long as it makes sense, of course. Okay? Thank you for watching. And you are now ready for the next activity. You would need to go do the parts of speech quiz, which is attached in today's lesson. And if you have any questions, of course, the forum is open for any questions. Myself will answer, or any other student can also answer your questions. Okay, have a wonderful day.